the consequence of which is an eternal spiritual death. We as humans are flawed and born sinners ever since. It is only through Jesus and his sacrifice that we are saved and can choose to live a life free of sin. Jesus lived a sinless life as an example of how we should be, and as we were made in the image of God and we have strayed from his divine purpose for us. Jesus, however, did not. And Jesus was one with God his whole life, and we can become one with God as he is, but only through his grace and doing the Lord's will. Jesus began a mission to save your soul by urging us to repent and turn away from sin. That mission continues as he continues to live through us today. Matthew chapter 4 verses 23 and 24 proclaims, Jesus went all about Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease among the people. Then his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought him all sick people who were afflicted with various diseases and torments, and those who were demon-possessed, epileptics and paralytics, and he healed them all. Jesus had died for you. As I mentioned, death is the consequence of sin, and Jesus did not sin, yet he was still martyred on the cross and bled for you, and he endured pain and suffering that no human being could take. You might ask, what do you mean for me? Jesus knew that humanity was sick and flawed. He came here to heal and save people, not just of physical afflictions, but of deep spiritual afflictions as well, originating from the beginning of humankind. Isaiah chapter 54, 4-6 reads, Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteemed him stricken, punished by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We turn every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquities of us all. Isaiah chapter 53:12 says, Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death. And he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. Jesus took punishment intended for the worst, crucifixion. But don't be deceived, he was not forced to receive such punishment. He is the Son of God, therefore God is with him, and he is God in the form of a man. He chose to allow it and to forgive us for doing such things to him. And instead of placing us all on a cross in retaliation and condemning us all to hell with the fallen one called Satan, he chose to offer us salvation and a chance to obey his commands he had given us. I'd like to read some of the words of Jesus that he had preached in the time of his ministry, roughly 2,000 years ago. He started preaching these words on a place called the Mount of Olives. These are a couple chapters from the book of Matthew in the Bible, chapter 5 to chapter 7. One day, as he saw the crowds gathering, Jesus went up the mountainside and sat down. His disciples gathered around him and began to teach them. God blesses those who are poor in spirit and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. God blesses those who are humble, for they will inherit the whole earth. God blesses those who hunger and thirst for justice, for they will be satisfied. God blesses those who are merciful, for they will be shown mercy. God blesses those whose hearts are pure, for they will see God. God blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called the children of God. God blesses those who are persecuted for doing right, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. Jesus says, you are the salt of the earth, but what good is salt if it's lost its flavour? Can you make it salty again? It will be thrown out and trampled underfoot as worthless. You are the light of the world, like a city on a hilltop that cannot be hidden. No one lights a lamp and then puts it under a basket. Instead, A lamp is placed on a stand where it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your good deeds shine out for all those to see, so that everyone will praise your heavenly Father.